I'm a fan of video games. You probably are as well since you clicked onto this video. I'm Sleengo and I play video games where most of the videos I've been doing lately have been Sonic, but I haven't done Mario on the channel. The difference between me playing Sonic on the channel and the Mario games will be Sonic. I had no experience playing any of these games since I was brand new to the Sonic games and the community. For Mario, well, this is where I grew up. I've known Mario. Everything comes to me instinctually, but I will show you guys a discovery that I've made when I try to record this video. Super Mario Bros, this first game we're playing for today, is a lot harder than Sonic the Hedgehog 1. But listen, I'm not going to leave you hanging for the rest of this video, so if you want to watch more of me playing Mario and maybe suffering through the old games especially, feel free to press subscribe. We're going to be starting a series of me playing every mainline Mario game. I've played a lot of them, but not all of them. You'll be seeing me experience certain Mario games for the first time. If that's what you're into, keep watching and subscribe if you'd like. Alright, so we already saw the intro. We're going to be going to the first Mario game. Honorable mention to Mario Brothers or Mario Bros. But if you guys want to watch me play some Mario Brothers or Mario Bros, we can do that. That's perfectly fine. Alright, the headphones are coming on. We're going to be starting this game up and we're all going to be having a good time. Are you having a good time? If you're not, if you're having a bad day, I hope this cheers you up. Otherwise, I'm sorry. I hope me trying is something. Yeah, as you guys can see right here at the screen, this is that game. If you showed your parents this is a video game. If you show this to your grandparents, this is a video game. Like, everybody knows what this game is. The only other game that I can think of that might have that kind of mental space in everybody's head would be Pac-Man. Let's see how the audio is. Okay, good. The audio works. This is Super Mario Bros. Very simple game, especially compared to the first Sonic game. You only have two things. Move left, move right, except you can't go backwards in this stage. Even from the first Sonic game, you were able to do that. You can break certain blocks when you're this big Mario. He goes by Super Mario technically, but you'll hear me call him Big Mario. These brown guys, they look like angry muffins. That's because maybe they are. No, not really. I remember as a kid, I would always call them like muffin guys or something. But yeah, these are called Goombas. There's someone coming up to you. It's one of these guys who just jump on top of their head. Oh, you just stomp them and you don't want to have to deal with them. You can also use this fire flower, which now I'm technically Fire Mario. There's some coins that you can actually hit rapidly to get more than one coin. And the amount of coins you can get is like from a little timer that's in the game. There's also a hidden star. I mean, it's not that hidden. I remember discovering this by accident as like a kid. Mario, I forgot. Okay, yeah, I'm not too keen on getting the high score or anything, but you can see on the top left, even in a lot of modern Mario games, especially the platformers, there's a score. Yeah, that's not what we're gonna be worried about for today. I'm just worried about trying to beat the game. So that's basically it. Like, oh, you hear that? Okay, so pay close attention to how that music sounds. Not after this level, but in the level after that, I'll show you a difference, a limitation of the NES. Now these brown guys, instead of looking brown, instead of like muffins, now they look like, I don't know, like walking puddles of water, because now they're blue. Because, you know, the color palette, you know, the NES, they're like, hey, like, let's program it to make everything blue. And I should be focusing on coins. So I don't care too much about getting a high score here, but I do care about getting as many coins as possible. This is one of the games that popularized the idea of getting 100 of something for you to be able to get an extra life. Sonic, you get 100 rings. Mario, you get 100 coins. Same thing, just replace coins with rings. Replace this Italian man with a funny mustache and a big nose with a blue anthropomorphic guy, and there you go, you got Sonic. Of course, change a lot of other things. You can probably see that these levels are shorter. They do get longer. And let me show you two things. So this pipe, you can either go there normally and go to the next level, which is 1-3, as you guys can see. Right next to Mario, to the right, we're at 1-2. We're gonna go to 1-4, or 4-1. Why did I say that? We skipped a few worlds, and here's what I'll do. If I die, I'll just start over. Oh, good start. I gotta stop focusing so much on coins. Like, I gotta focus on coins to a certain extent, but not to the point where it's to my own downfall, you know? No. Okay. I thought oh yeah, these guys, these red turtle guys, they're called Spinies. And those other turtle guys, the ones that come in red and blue that don't have spikes on their backs, that are a bit taller, they're called Koopas. Oh! So over here we have a piranha plant. Yeah. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I was gonna fall off on the last pit for this level, so I can go back and show you guys the next levels. I'll be right back. I'm gonna restart the game. Sorry, there's probably some people that are new to this channel that are gonna be like, yeah, I'm not watching this guy again. He just yaps a lot. That's just how I am. Sorry. I'm gonna try to speedrun this. Like, I'm not a professional speedrunner by any means. I just play this game like, I just play these games like as a hobby. You heard that. There's only a certain amount of like parts of the NES that makes, you know, sounds, which these sounds can either be the burp, burp, you know, or the sound of the Goombas getting hits, or me jumping. If I do nothing, listen to the music. I'm gonna get coins, but focus on the sound of the music. What happened to the, like, why did it sound different? That's what some of you guys might be thinking. Some of you guys might already know this. To make a long story short, the NES has a certain amount of components inside, and some are dedicated to making the sound of the games. You know, whether it be music, sound effects, power-ups, basically anything that your ears can hear. During the time of the NES, they were only able to make high-pitched sounds like one at a time, and other sounds in general. Up there where I went, that was the warp zone. It's one of the most well-known Easter eggs or secrets of video games. But if you didn't know that, now you know. If you want to play this game yourself, you definitely can. If you have a Nintendo Entertainment System that maybe you, a family member has, a friend or something. I have a real-life friend who came over to my house one day. We actually played on the original hardware with his NES. And the cool thing is that he had Super Mario Bros. And Duck Hunts. It's basically a hunting game, but with these cartoony looking graphics. I know that sounds violent, but keep in mind, games could not look that graphic. What was that sound? It's like the game farted and gave up. And this is a castle. 1-4. A lot of people like to call it 1-castle, especially the later games, because they stop using numbers in the later games. They instead just use an icon of a castle or a tower or, you know, Bowser's face. Whatever Nintendo felt like doing that day, basically. So there's two ways you can get around Bowser. One way, you jump over him and you grab that, like, glowing axe thing. It's an axe, basically. The other way, if you have this fire flower power-up, just keep shooting him. Like, some of you guys might know this, might not know this. That Goomba that got flipped upside down and went down, that was supposed to be apparently an Easter egg from the game. A lot of people thought it was a glitch. Thank you, Mario, but your princess is in another castle. I would put the raspiness into his voice, but, it makes me cough kind of badly, so I didn't want to do that. So yeah, now we're in World 2. So if you guys are used to the modern Mario games, you might think that, oh, this should look like a desert. The limitations of the NES, the people who programmed this game, they didn't think of that, but most likely, they wouldn't be able to do that even if they thought of it, at least at the time. They weren't that great at optimizing their games. Ah, there it is. Graphically, but also in terms of content, you'll see that more stuff was crammed into a future game. This is Super Mario Brothers, or Super Mario Bros, or Mario 1, whatever you want to call it. There's another game called Super Mario Bros 3, or just Mario 3. That one, same hardware. Only difference is different cartridge. I think the cartridge might have had more space than the cartridge in this one. As technology progressed, I definitely know they did that with the Super Nintendo, the SNES. Oh, by the way, I think this is a water level. Yes. Okay. Gotta be on my toes. So, if your cartridge was made in a later date from, like, you know, the year that the NES came out, maybe your cartridge is like 2 or 3 years newer. Very likely, I'm gonna go with SNES for this analogy. They most likely had like components in the cartridge itself, which had more space because it was more advanced. Technology gets more advanced and it gets cheaper as time goes on. Whoa, that was close. If your cartridge is more advanced, like more space, it can hold more data, you can put more stuff into a game. Whether it be better graphics, more content, combination of both. Some of them, like in the SNES, had a chip in the later ones where it gave you 3D graphics. I didn't pay attention to my time. Oh, maybe it's because I have 66 coins. So this level here, when I first played this game, and even like the next hundreds or however many times I played this game. Okay, I didn't play the game that much. I probably played this game dozens of times, not hundreds. I noticed that I got a lot better at those levels, but I remember when I first started playing this game, you know, as a kid and such, I couldn't get past those cheeps unless I was lucky. I had 6 lives, now I'm down to 5. So unlike Sonic games, if you have 1 life, that's your last life. When you hit 0, it's game over. It's more like you're on life number blank out of blank, but it's just counting backwards. It is a bit confusing because both of them do make logical sense to me. This is definitely not the best that I played before. I'm being a little bit clumsy now. I had a feeling. The only reason why the game, for me, keeps me entertained is I personally like games that are simpler. Not everybody likes simpler. Some people play Valorant over Counter-Strike, while some people like Counter-Strike over Valorant, and some people like both. Why did I bring those two up? Because they're very similar games at its core. Valorant puts a lot more things on top, and some people like it that way. So that's kind of how, especially during this era where they were both just 2D platformers. I think I always had a preference to Sonic games as a kid. Well, I never even got to play a Sonic game for a while in my life. And when I did, it was only like at a friend's house. But I do remember at the time, the story sounded a lot more complicated. Like, why are there like 10 people that are like good guys? Like, how did they meet? Why do people only talk about like Sonic and Tails? And who are these people then? Who the heck is Big the Cat? When did he first come out? Why is he important? I don't know why. I had the biggest gripes with Big the Cat. If it's because of that age, I didn't like the color purple at all. Just me being a stupid little child. I mean, I saw other characters. I was like, okay, Sonic. So is he a good guy? Is he a bad guy? What's going on? Of course, I know the answers to a lot of these questions now because I have a series on this channel, if you're interested, where I play Sonic games. I'm not trying that hard anymore. Correct me if I'm wrong, Mario fans. Since it feels weird me saying that because I am a Mario fan, but I know there's people that are more hardcore fan than I ever will be, and that's perfectly fine. We all have our interests to a certain degrees. But correct me if I'm wrong, the green Koopas are just Koopas. Red Koopas are Koopa Troopas. I think that's how it works. Because when I play Mario Maker, it doesn't matter which one I place. I'm pretty sure the voice that says like the whatever you're placing down, I think it says Koopa Troopa for both. Oh, I have the least amount of experience with World 3 and World 2 Castle. Actually, no, World 2 Castle, I do have a decent amount. But I usually don't make it this far if I don't use the Warp Zone. Bowser, you're gonna have to surrender your candy. I saw what you were stealing. Stole from Toad, stole from Peach. You even stole Peach. By the way, in case if anybody's curious about the story, there was no candy involved. I made that up. It's literally a princess gets captured. So, if you're a Sonic fan, you might be familiar about Robotnik versus Eggman. Here, it was King Koopa versus Bowser, and it was Toadstool versus Peach. I think technically... Ooh, okay, this is where you're going to see some gaps in my Mario knowledge. King Koopa might just be a nickname, and only a nickname, and Bowser is like his normal name. For Peach, lore-wise, Princess Toadstool is her official name and Peach is a nickname, but it's stuck. Similar to how Dr. Eggman goes. Oh yeah, I like this bonus area. So this little block here that I can't really get, that gives you a mushroom if you're small. I would think that it's gonna give you a fire flower. I'm trying to build up enough speed where I can crouch and slide, but my D-pad is a little bit finicky. I don't know if it's because it's breaking or something. To crouch and then uncrouch, it's not super easy. I think some of you guys know what I'm trying to do. And for the hardcore Mario 1985 fans, I'm not trying to wall jump, but I have done that by accident. By the way, wall jumping is not actually in this game, but it's like a weird physics exploit, but it isn't supposed to be in the game. So that's why when I was listing like the mechanics of the game, I was keeping it simple because most people know that that's all there is to it. And then most people that don't know, that's all they would need to know. Come on. Is it a fire flower? Is it nothing? I want to finish the level. I don't want to game over just from running out of time. It's fine, guys. We're in World 2, and please do not... I think this is underground, actually. Yeah, this is where that famous speedrun strat happened. I could go up this entire path, up the top, and then skip almost everything in this game, or in this level, but if I remember correctly, there's a long line of coins coming up. Yeah, here it is. And I might... Yeah, since you can't go back... Oh, yeah. By the way, dang it. These guys, they're called Buzzy Beetles. They're immune to fire damage, or they're basically immune to everything except for getting stomped on. Unlike Goombas and everything else, you can't, you know, take them out with your fire flower. You have to stomp on them and just kick them around. And there is a hard mode in this game. And hard mode, one of the main differences is Buzzy Beetles become abundant. You know, we're a little bit over the halfway point in this game. Oh yeah, here we go. This is one of the levels where you have to pick the correct path. Was that the correct one? Oh yeah, okay, yeah. We're progressing. So I'm just gonna stay up top. I don't know if this is the correct path or not. I'm just guessing. Because I don't have this part memorized. Okay, see? This part is repeating because I took the wrong path. My guess now is go middle? No! I try to crouch jump, but it's a lot harder on this controller. I don't know if it's because the game doesn't let... Okay, so that was the wrong path. I'm just gonna stay on the bottom path. That was so close. Oh, okay, that was it. And Bowser's right here. I'll jump over you. Okay. I think after this castle, Bowser starts throwing hammers at you. Like a hammer bro, which you might have seen briefly. They look like Koopas, the green ones. and they throw like these things at you. Those are hammers. And yeah, Bowser does start eventually throwing hammers. I just don't remember when. I usually just keep going through the warp zone. There might be warp zones to later worlds, but I just don't know how to get there. But this is the furthest I usually get to with warps. And then after that, then, you know, then it's just down to me playing good enough. Oh yeah, those things with like a white skull on them, those are, I would like to say they're called bullet bill launchers. And they shoot these things, bullet bills, or as some people in the Mario community like to call them, Bullet William. You know, sometimes you gotta address them formally, you know? This jump is a little tricky to get right. There you go. Now, there you go, Mario. Yeah. He's just a little guy. Until he gets a mushroom, but I thought I would have died like 2 worlds ago. 5-2. Okay, bullet bill. I got scared. It's because I'm feeling a little bit of the pressure. Like, now in my head, I'm thinking there might. Never mind. This guy's here. Never mind. How? I don't think I glitched or anything. I mean, the Hammer Bros sprite glitched, but I don't think, I think that's how he behaves in the game anyway. Did I just overcomplicate that encounter and, like, defeat him in like an unconventional way? I feel like I did, and if so, I would like to know how easy or hard that is to pull off. One of these has to be like a vine or a power-up. Well, it's a power-up, it's just not the one I was hoping for. Like, don't get me wrong, I like the stars. Oh, okay. This is coming back to me a little bit. I like to stay up here. Yeah, do that. And then the end of the level's here. Yeah, okay. Although I'm getting pretty close to getting a new life. Coins are more scarce in this game than they are in even the next Mario. That's not true to a certain extent. GG, guys. That's fine. We'll just warp back and I'll show you guys my preferred way to get back to that point. Instead of going here, let's just break that and then we'll go to World 5. Welcome to Warp Zone. You only get one option this time, just one. And here we go. If you get the top of the flagpole versus the bottom here, it only affects your score, since getting the top, if you haven't noticed yet, getting the top doesn't give you an extra life like the newer games do. Can you come down, please? Okay, sure. And 5 lives. Okay, well, we're doing better than the last attempt. It could be because, you know, I've been playing this attempt for a shorter amount of time because I've been using warps. Hey, if you're new to this game, no, and you want to get into it yourself, no shame in using warps. In fact, it's kind of a flex if you know where the warps are. That, however, is not a flex. I hate that part of the game, because of the way that the physics engine is designed. Like, it like uses the physics engines against you. This looks like it should be easy, but no. Okay, that just ate my jump. Because of the primitive physics that was coded into this game, because of the jankiness, because, you know, the physics here are not as polished as future games, it's actually possible I might game over from this. This is my least favorite checkpoint in the entire franchise. Okay, now I learned, for future reference, just Hail Mary that. Thank goodness for that 1-up. I jumped late. Okay, we are back. I will go out of my way for this fire flower. Oh, and one thing that you probably noticed I did not point out. If you're big Mario and you get hit, you become small Mario. If you get hit while having a fire flower, you're still going to become little Mario. Because that's how the power-ups worked in this first game. In the modern games, if I'm like this and I get hit, I become regular big Mario. Then I get hit again and I become small Mario. Oh. I hate this one. Something about the placement of everything. Like the fire bar, for instance. Jump. Like, I remember, like... Okay, Podobo. Okay, we're good. I don't think this is pick a path. Speedrun. Okay. We're good. Now we're on World 6, and look, the background is black now. I think this is the developers trying to make it be like, hey, it's nighttime now. Night, don't let the bedbugs bite. They're gonna do more than bite at that point. I'm not helping my situation. There's the mushroom. I could have sworn I attempted that already. That was the worst timing for everything. Why is it that, like, once I get 1 life down, it becomes a downward spiral for me? If anyone else that played this game, like, are in the comments, can you let me know if this happens to you too? This kind of happens to me in Sonic, but I thought that was because I just don't know enough about Sonic. I'm gonna take a risk here. Oh, that was close. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. 6-1 I usually speedrun over, but I was like, no, I need to secure, you know, power-ups. Oh, good. It's my favorite secret. I don't know why that sounded sarcastic when I said that. That was not supposed to be sarcastic. This is actually one of my favorites. Oh, another secret. Oh, no. Oh, yeah, those squid guys, they're called bloopers. Correct me if I'm wrong. I believe both colors of these fish, they're both called Cheep Cheep, unlike Koopas. What? Why are there so many secrets? Is this like, was Nintendo trying to make this into like a unique Pipes Everywhere world? I didn't know there was going to be that many secrets. I just instinctually try to go secret hunting whenever I play a Nintendo game. I can't make this up. But that's not what I'm trying to do. Okay, never mind. Timing. There we go. Wow, that was a lot shorter than I thought it was going to be. Okay, welcome to World 6-Castle. I think this is the annoying pick-a-path. The last castle is also pick-a-path, but pipes are involved instead. I'm just going to go for it. I don't even need that fire flower, which is good. Go. Go. Everyone always gets hit there. Okay, so 7-Castles pick-a-path then? Oh, okay. So my strategy is wait for him to jump, run underneath him. Yep. Normally with a fire flower, just shoot him. By the way, this is my first time trying to play this game without like save states like the Switch emulator does. This is me trying to play the game as authentically as possible. Nice. I wasn't sure if it was going to be there. That was close. And I'm not going to risk it. I want to grab coins, but you know, bullet bills are everywhere. Bullet Williams, if you will. I thought they would destroy those. Makes sense. It's not the modern game. Things are going to be different, but I don't know what is different and what isn't. Yeah, that was a good one. That's a spicy meatball. Nice. As a result, you can sometimes get power-ups before they even come down from the platform, just by jumping to the side of it instead of jumping on top like you would in modern games. Underwater again. I don't have fire flower, so this is going to be hard. That was risky, just walking under them like that. Guys, I think I'm cracked. Okay, I learned something about their hitboxes. In a modern game, that would have definitely affected me. Yeah, okay, we're done. This might be the one, guys. I'm feeling kind of good about this. Okay, I guess I have to explain it. I definitely... Okay, now I do have to explain it. So, in a modern game... Okay, I'm gonna pause the game. In a modern game, I should have gotten hit multiple times. The thing is, the physics in this game, it was coded where the game checks for like the bottom half of Mario, are they going downwards? If yes, it counts as a stomp. On a Goomba, on a Cheep, on a Paratroopa. Technically, that means if I'm facing an enemy head on, right in front of me, if Mario is moving downward, the game will count it as a stomp. This is the one. This is the one. This is the pick-a-path. I don't know if that was the correct path. I don't remember. This, okay, I apologize in advance, but I might have to Google the answer for this one. Down, middle, up. I want to see how far I can get without the guide. Okay, we progressed. So I remember that you have to stay... I think the zigzag... Okay, I remember there's a white zigzag line like here. And I think you go up from here. No way. Okay, this might be the one, guys. Just wait for Bowser. Bowser, please, if you will. There we go. We're approaching the final world of the game. World 8, aka there's mushrooms somewhere, but I don't know where any of them are. I'm just gonna be small Mario the entire time world. 3 lives, wow. Okay. 1 coin. And I think a way to drive home the idea that, hey, you're near the end of the game, things are getting harder. Instead of, you know, seeing like a streak of like 5 or 3 coins, now you just get 1 or 2 coins in the air. I am not messing with this game. And then I mess with the game. Welcome back, me. Oh, nice. One of these has to have... Not what I had in mind, but sure. No, that's fine. I almost have enough coins where I can get an extra life. I mean, look at that. Now the levels have gotten longer. Like, this is like the length of a Sonic level now. I actually like this length of level. Okay. Now, here's what we gotta do. We gotta get past that guy. Full jump. Wait for a bounce. Second bounce. Go. Okay, what do I do next? I think I messed up my timing. No! The secret word is spaghetti. I did it again. I know exactly when I pressed it. It was over the first gap. There's something called coyote time. It doesn't exist here, but with coyote time, and I can tell because I'm jumping, and sometimes I don't. Yeah, no, Paratroopa is too risky. That was so close. I'm glad I anticipated it. Okay. Coyote Time, what it does is it's some extra code in the game that basically checks, hey, how long has it been since the character has been touching a platform? Some games, usually 3 or 4 frames. For example, let's say I wanted to demonstrate something. So let's say I was standing on the platform on top of the pipe and I move to the left. Technically, the last second I could jump should be like when 1 pixel of Mario is still on the pipe. But with Coyote Time, 2, 3, maybe 4 extra frames of time so you can jump a little bit later. This is usually made so that way it's like a quality of life thing. So technically the game is easier because the game is more forgiving. But I forgot that this game doesn't have it. And now I have to keep I have to make sure I readjust the way I play the game. That was just a skill issue for me. I forgot there's no checkpoints anymore when you get to World 8. In the new games, there's checkpoint flags. Okay, there's a power up here, but this is the worst spot to be getting a power up from. Okay. Okay, 8-3. This one feels kind of luck-based, at least from what I remember. Okay. Nope, there's a hammer bro up the oh, never mind. I didn't even realize I made it this far as Big Mario. I thought it was Little Mario. Yeah, okay, this part doesn't feel luck-based. That was a skill issue. That wasn't luck. Now I'm gonna game over, because I'm Small Mario, I can't take a hit. The part that felt luck-based is the first set of Hammer Bros. Sometimes, there's probably a way to be able to tell where and when they're gonna spawn. Well, where they're gonna spawn, specifically. Okay, I got lucky. I got lucky. This has to be the one, otherwise we're done. Okay. This next one, they always spawn. Yeah. At least from my experience. Oh, I hate those hammers. Okay, let's just jump over them. Just jump over them. Okay. Now, I will tell you guys this beforehand. This part is also pick a path. I have the final castle memorized, I think. You have to go down pipes instead of going down a different path. So if I go down that pipe, I don't think anything happens. If I go down this pipe, it'll send me back to the pipe we just passed. Okay, remember there's a moving platform. Ah, that was so close. Mario didn't feel like you jumped high enough. This is the correct path. I remember that because it's after that super difficult jump. And okay. Okay, think of Cosmic's profile pic. I panicked. We're back at this car crash up a level. It's not because the level's bad or anything. I'm just bad. I jumped just slightly short. I got hit by a Goomba. This is officially the part of the Let's Play where I lose patience because it's getting so late at night. I wanted to record earlier today, but here we are. Why did you rapid fire? I was so busy fuming over that hit. How many lives? 2 lives. Here we go again. Watch this be the attempt that I actually beat the level. I had to say something. I had to say something. So here we are. Welcome to RNG land. Just have to pass that one part and everything else becomes a breeze. See what I mean? Now we gotta cross our fingers they don't do that again. And I hope the amount of time it takes... Okay, we're back to the world of RNG. Well, world 8-RNG, I like to say. There probably is a way to make them spawn where you want them to every time, but I don't know what it is. So for me, it's basically RNG. There we go. The hard part. Okay, 5 lives. That's better. Wait for this platform. Why does it feel like Mario jumps so slow there? The correct pipe, you'll see it's obvious. I remembered where it is. It's that one. There's a secret coin here, but most speedrunners, they do a wall jump there to get there faster. Ignore that pipe. I don't remember where. I think it's after the lava pit. I think it's this one. Okay, good. That's it. The rest of this is straightforward. There's going to be another extra pipe coming up that you can avoid. This next one's unavoidable, which means this is the correct one. I had to play very unconventionally just to play it safe. This one to my right, that's avoidable. There's a Hammer Bro here. I hate him. That's why. I was hoping that wasn't gonna happen. I remember the last time I played this, I kept jumping over that thinking that, oh, there's nothing there because the orange is too similar to the red. Okay. Jump, 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 jump. If I don't get to Bowser, it's because of him. I've never seen that happen before. The pressure. I'm getting to the point where, like, yeah, you guys ever get, like, sleepy and then, like, you try to listen to music or hear music in general and everything's, like, pitched up or down or something? That's happened a couple times on my way back here. So, like, I'm tired. All right, wish me luck on this section, guys. If I don't get hit here, we're basically guaranteed to at least see Bowser. Jump. Okay. Okay, we're back, guys. We're so back. That's my first time, you know, doing that. That's it. That's the ending of Mario, the first one. So, it's a fine game. The core gameplay, I like, you know, the simplicity of jump, grab a power up, grab another one, you can run, and that's it. Everything else is glitches, you know. And so in theory, that's all you need, and I like it. When it comes to the first Mario game versus the first Sega game for Sonic, that is going to Sonic in terms of easier gameplay. I thought Sonic was the harder game, but no, even the fact that I have had lots of experience with Super Mario games, this is the harder one. Mario 1 is harder than Sonic 1. I guess it makes sense because the 80s and the 90s, they had a trend of making the game hard because you could only fit so much of the game into one cartridge. Sonic 1 is shorter than any other Sonic game. The first Mario game, I think, is shorter. Well, I don't know if it's shorter than the second Mario game, and I'll explain what I mean by that in a second. The next game I'll be doing is going to be harder than this one. Some of you guys probably already know what I mean. There's Mario 1, this game. Then, if you're in Japan, the next Mario game is Super Mario Bros. 2. Nintendo believed that the second game was so hard for American audiences, or in general, that they were like, no, let's do a different game. There was already a game that came out called Doki Doki Panic. Nintendo was like, let's just reskin this, change all the characters, that way it's Mario themed. Because of Doki Doki Panic, which eventually became Super Mario Bros. 2, everywhere but Japan, basically. That's why we have Shy Guy. That's why we have Birdo. That's just the first two that come up to my mind. In the US, eventually the second Mario game did come out that was available in Japan. It was known as The Lost Levels. So, I'm going to be playing the original second game, otherwise known as The Lost Levels, next. After that, then we move to Mario 3. Probably my favorite Mario game on the NES. Because, one, it's easier than this one. And two, it's like the formula, you can already see the formula build into what a modern Mario game is. So this Mario to the second game, which is The Lost Levels, it's very, very similar, except it's harder. A lot of people like to say that this game that I'll be playing is the hardest Mario game that ever came out. I think I beat it, but with a lot of save states, a lot of rewinding on Nintendo Switch. Wish me luck.